Hey there, Jeff, Jessica, Anarchapulco staff. This is Andrew Miller, and I'm hoping to be a speaker at this year's Anarchapulco. I'm living here, you can see in construction, this on our little off-grid palace up in about 3 hours north of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And I think I should be a speaker because I feel like I'm living as close to a free life with embracing anarchy and living off the grid. And I have a pretty unique background and experience getting to this point, and I really want to share that with people. And the trials and tribulations, the pitfalls, the ins and outs, some of the tricks of the trade, some of the things I've learned, I'd love to share that. I'm now a carpenter farmer out here in about 100 acres on our family farm. And but before that, I was a social entrepreneur. I started a not-for-profit working with youth and doing a bunch of neat projects out of Barrie, Ontario, Canada. The group was Back to Basics Social Developments. Website's backtobasicscanada.com. And yeah, so as a young father of three girls, I was inspired to do something to make a change, some kind of positive change. So started a volunteer group around. We called it the Charity Garden. We just started a garden and growing organic vegetables and gave it all away to a local food bank. One that was successful, about 5,000 pounds food given away that first year, and then it sparked a whole multi-year project. So we're about 36,000 pounds of food grown and donated with volunteers. Past couple years have been stifled because we've took steps further to starting the not-for-profit, doing all the traditional funding, going through all the red tape, and I ended up being funded by the government, by the province, by the county, and by the city. So I have some really neat insight I'd love to share on that whole situation, because we were still starting a social enterprise, a cafe called Unity Market that's still open, and with a recording studio in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. But we were about half relying on the grant money, and so a change in the political climate, they completely cut us off of our grant funding. So cut the head off of me, and I had to go back to work and build some homes and feed the kids and feed the family. So, but some really, of course, tough times, but good learning, and a lot of what projects we did are coming to fruition. So, of course, the cafe is still open. We did a collaboration with Georgina Island First Nations community, and we're still working towards sparking those projects up again. It was really one project with youth we started was an complete organic fertilizer business with a dry fertilizer that can be added to add nutrition to food grown outdoors. So that was a project with the YMCA. We had youth figuring out the mix and substituting ingredients for what we had available nearby, and so resparking that fertilizer business up now. It's called it's gritfertilizer.com, GRIT fertilizer.com, and the idea with that is to be a social enterprise, to keep going with the charity garden, but also start getting into affordable housing, true sustainable housing for everyone. So there's some great plans were sparked there as well, working with youth, building with shipping containers, affordable, really cool affordable housing, off-grid, self-sufficient housing with shipping containers. We've got plans for that. And we ended up building a 20-foot container home that we finished, worked with some carpenters, and mentored youth in building this thing, and funny, right now, this room, on the roof of that container right now. Uh, this is what that was the basis of how we moved to the farm in the first place. Lived in the container, and then you can see I've built over it. And right behind me is a 20-foot geodesic dome. You can see some of the triangles, but this is the A-frame over the shipping container, and we've got a greenhouse on the south side. And you can watch one of my last videos on my YouTube to see some more video of that. But really, really wild ride out here, having lots of fun and learning and figuring it out. But funny how it's coming full circle. A lot of the stuff got started about 10 years ago, coming back, and all the projects we worked on are still valid and needed. And the biggest thing was moving forward in the sort of new project is better collaboration and working on a decentralized platform that can unite most groups, and that takes profit out of it, takes politics out of it, is a decentralized open source way. So working towards solving humanity's greatest challenges together, and in a way that isn't just benefiting the groups and companies that are part of it. So it sounds like with blockchain technology and crypto, there is an option for this type of platform. So part of my social enterprise, again, of the fertilizer business, and in the future potentially tokenizing that, having it a fertilizer-backed cryptocurrency, that this can compete on the global scale. This could scale globally with taking over the fertilizers traditionally made with natural gas, fossil fuels, and in a totally unsustainable manner, then, which actually is killing soil and disturbing, and is a contributor to the collapse in the bee colonies population. So our fertilizer is building humus in the soil. It's adding, it's creating the healthy fungal matter that connects and heals the soil, that then benefits the bee population. So another byproduct of healing soil and solving the bee population. So looking forward to building that new business, new old business, on the blockchain, decentralized, starting to film more segments of building this business, and as we try to build a team now virtually to and writing a white paper to go towards starting a currency around this, and as a way to fund this farm and the research and development around food, growing food year-round, hydroponics, as well as outdoor, and becoming a retreat center and research and development center here on the farm. So we've got a couple neat building blocks for the whole thing. We've got good solar production and some good facilities already, but just the tip of the iceberg, wanting to start the ball rolling on that. So a number of things I could talk about, but in some of the writing I sent you is another sort of compelling discussion around regulations, building permits, taxes, other ways of working outside of the system, and working towards this new economy online. I know the best crack I've seen so far is the Pangea app from BitNation, and it's I'm trying to help test that, but so far it's not really working out. But it's at the beginning. I'd love to see that work more. But hey, I've talked enough. Don't want to run over. Let's keep in touch. I'm happy to come down. Let's have a Skype call. Let's see what's happening. Really inspired by what you guys are doing, and hope to be a part of it. Plug in.